All right, hope the mic works. We shall see. So, going back to my walking and talking. Got my new shoes. Look at them suckers. Yeah, baby. A6 on sale from Amazon. My new Go Fast shoes. Freaking, yeah. Got to break them in. I had these other shoes that I guess were hiking shoes. I guess you're not really supposed to use hiking shoes on asphalt, so my back was hurting. Who knew? I'm only 52 years old. I think I probably would have learned that by now, but not your old buddy Josh. Nope, not your old buddy Josh. The head is hard. Hammerhead. There's a song by a band called Overkill. I think they're from New Jersey back in the 80s. Not quite like a speed metal band, but heavier than like a typical, quote, metal band of the 80s. What would you call Overkill? So they weren't like Iron, they're like one step above like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, but not like Slayer or Metallica or something. Yeah, maybe along the lines of Metallica, probably. Yeah, probably. Anyway, they had a song called Hammerhead. Hammerhead. Yeah, it was actually a pretty good album. And then they had another album that came out after that, and ever since then I fell out of touch with old Overkill. The other album was, hey, deer, get out of here, you overgrown squirrely. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Get out of here, deer. You're going to get killed. Anyway, so Brave New World. Roadmap for our future. Everyone thinks it's 1984. No, Brave New World. All right, so remember, Aldous Huxley, all right, his brother was, I think it was Julius Huxley. Who was Julius Huxley? Oh, he's the first MFIC at the UNESCO, United Nations, whatever the hell that freaking commie, it's not even a commie, it's a fascist, horrible organization full of horrible people. UNESCO is, I should say, and was back then, but is now. Anyway, so Julius Huxley, Aldous' brother, Aldous, was the head of that. Weird, how did that become so prominent? Oh, but then we remember, I think it's Thomas Huxley, I think that's the uncle of those two young guys, was the Darwin's bulldog. No conspiracies here, dude. The Huxleys are just well-established names, kind of like the Prescott Bush, the George H.W. Bush, the George W., the Jeb, to the other George P., whatever. Yeah, these guys weren't picked out of a sane asylum to cause havoc in the world, you know what I'm saying? That's what made Clinton so actually, it's like, what did he sell his soul? Because he was just a redneck from Arkansas. But then Hillary then, though, she was like I guess Clinton did go to Yale, so that's probably where he sold his soul. He probably sat at a Ouija board saying, Satan, I just want to have ladies love me, Satan. I'll do whatever you can do to make the ladies love me, Satan. And then Satan hooked old Billy Bob Clinton up with Hillary. Ooh. And the rest is histoire. And the evildoers down below are like, oh man, I can't believe how easy we got Bill Soul. Just had to give him a couple of heavy checks to get jiggy with in the Oval Office. That's all we had to do. Hillary, of course, you know, she made all that money on cattle futures. Yeah, that's legit. But let's go after Trump. Crazy. Just saw a guy saying, hey, what happens if you lie on your application for a security clearance? ATF guy said 15 years in jail. And the guy said, well, why is Hunter Biden not in jail? And apparently chaos then ensued. How dare you? Dude, it's so freaking fake. Anyway, the point being is, so we know that Huxley's, we know that, you know, the Bush, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Some people get thrown in. You know, DeSantis, I don't know, John Kerry. How do these guys get in there? Well, through the connection of the evil Ivy Leagues. You gotta shut down the Ivy Leagues, dude. Literally what you gotta do. It'll never happen because there's too much money. It'll never happen. I'd love to see AOC say, let's get rid of charitable deductions. I would love to see that. I'd love to see anyone on the left say, let's get rid of charitable deductions. It will never happen because the left makes their money on nonprofits and charity contributions. It's such a scam, 100%. Anyway, let's not say the right's any better. Oh my goodness. Mitch McConnell, John Thune, All these clowns, dude. Clowns everywhere. But if you think about it, so apparently some Republican Congresswoman, Rogers, I forgot her name, I think from Washington, she's up there making us think about TickTock, how they have all our information. I don't have TickTock, but I guarantee my information's out there. Yours is too. And she's like, how could you? This is horrible. You know, forget what she said about violating HIPAA rules when it comes to vaccine mandates and stuff. I'm sure she's on that like white on rice. Hey, you can't get people's private information without their approval. Yes, I can. How? Vaccine mandates. HIPAA isn't for that. Yes, it is. Remember HIPAA, we talked about this last Saturday's live stream with Brian Stavely. HIPAA, the health, insurance, portability, privacy authorization or something like that. But it had privacy in there. No longer has privacy in there. It got Mandela affected. All right, so anyway, so now we got Catherine Rogers, whatever stupid name it is, up there griping about TikTok. And I'm like, man, lady, I don't hold any of you guys in any esteem. You should have been like on white on rice on the vaccine stuff, but you weren't. You weren't. Because you knew who's buttering your bread. But now you want to go after TikTok. I don't like TikTok. I don't like that they have all your information. But if you look at Brave New World, I just read an article. This is from 1998. So I'm doing some research on the market collapse. About a 6-week time from July 98 through August 31st, 98. Small cap stocks are down about 12 and a half. 25, excuse me. S&P was down about 12 and a half in 6 months time, 6 weeks time. And I saw an article in there on my newspapers.com subscription. Prescription drugs were leading to huge profits for Big Pharma. And they had this list of from like 1989 to expected 2004, the average amount of prescriptions per person was going to double in those 15 years from 2.1 to over 4. Prescription drugs. And that means the average is 4, and you don't take any. That means the guy next to you is taking 8. Tell me that's not nuts. And of course, no one's challenges, hey, could all these prescription drugs be causing some issues with Alzheimer's, dementia? You know, all the V's, could that be causing, like, I don't know. Wouldn't it be interesting to find out though? Say, look, man, everybody, their mom's taking prescription drugs. Every mom is getting inundated with various V's. Could there be something to this? Well, no one studies it because no one, you can't. They won't let you do it. It's crazy. And they'll say, oh, you're Jenny McCarthy. Well, you damn right I'm Jenny McCarthy. If you're not Jenny McCarthy now, I don't know what the hell to tell you. I don't trust any of these guys as well as should you. So anyway, the point being is we look at Brave New World. What was Brave New World? It wasn't a fear-based society, a dystopia. It was a joy-based dystopia via taking Sama pills. Now, they told you who you could have sex with. They told you when you could have sex. They told you, you know, basically if you're going to have a baby, you're not going to have the ownership of the baby, all that stuff. But they give you pills to keep you mollified. Is that the right word, mollified? I think so. And everyone went along. A couple of people said, I don't know about that. But everyone else went along. They said, man, and they said, well, if you don't take the pills, you can experience pain and suffering. And the guy's like a real human being. Yeah. Don't you just want to go along and be joyful? Joyful is probably too strong a word. Be content is probably the better word. Just go on and be content, dude. The guy's like, I want to be a human being, to feel the top of the bottom. You know, I want the highest standard deviation there is. I don't want a moderate portfolio. I want an aggressive portfolio with ups and downs and everything of humanity. But everyone's like, nah, dude, just be content. It's happy. We're good. It's not perfect, but we're good. And that's what's happening here in our society. It's literally the roadmap for this modern era. People like their TikTok. They don't care that their stuff is being trafficked. You know, they care once they get obviously a ID, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? That'll piss them off. But as long as it doesn't happen, or there's a way to absolve themselves of that by, you know, contacting your credit card and all that stuff. And as long as it doesn't happen to a big minority, it just happens to a few people, no one cares. So yeah, I'll let them have access. What are they gonna do, man? They'll get me when they want to get me. People don't, that's exactly it. People just, they're like, I like TickTock. It makes me happy. It's my Sama. I'm on prescription drugs. It makes me happy. Or it makes me, again, content. I don't care what they do with my information. If they have a credit card dispute, I'll contact my credit card company and they'll fix me up right then, right there. If not, if I'm one of the few unfortunate ones that get dragged through the mud, that's going to suck, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. And so the point being is, we have this society that is further and further getting away from its humanity of the ups and downs. When I was on Lexapro, I liked it. It took that edge off just a little bit. I liked it. Every now and again, I think about going back because I do feel a little bit more volatile. When I say volatile, don't think like punching people. It's just like a little more high and a little bit more low. So I was crying like a big old baby when Kim was on the last stream the other day because we didn't know what happened to Kim. Turns out Kim is fine. She met a new hubby, Mr. Knight, at a dance hall for seniors. It's great. If I was still on Lexapro, I wouldn't have been crying like a baby. So my emotion, look at all these deer. Get out of here, everybody. People trying to grow plants. These guys. Roar. Roar. Oh, so beautiful though, not gonna lie to you. I like deer. I just don't like when they get hit by cars and stuff. And I don't like when they get hit by cars, they got a broken leg or something. They're just lying there in the street, whining. It's just sad, dude. It's so freaking stupid. Hi, Dad. Hi, Josh. My name's Bambi. Anyway, so the issue is people are content to be ignorant. They just want the creature comforts and they want a straight and narrow contentment. And you're not going to change that. Why do some of us get the itch to dig deeper? I don't know. I think about that a lot. Like, am I cursed or am I blessed for the desire to escape what the nomenclature tells you to think? I don't know, man. I think about that a lot, actually. Well, not a lot, but because it doesn't matter. I am escaped from that. I don't know. But I've been tasked with a brain to say, whatever comes from the nomenclature, I don't trust it for as far as I can kick it. So I'm going to assume it's fake from the very beginning. It wasn't always like that. I was always a contrarian, like I said a million times. I used to like the Lakers in the 80s when I lived in Maine. And everyone in Maine loved the Celtics. Used to like the black quarterbacks before it's cool to like the black quarterbacks, like Vince Evans, obviously. I liked Turner Gill when he played for Nebraska. I liked J.C. Watts at Oklahoma. And then, of course, I love Doug Williams, James Harris of the Rams. Not too many black quarterbacks then. But and then later on, when there's no blacks and there's no whites in cornerback, I love Jason Sehorn because he's a white cornerback. But because I'm white, obviously that makes me racist, which is stupid. But I always liked the contrarian. And we haven't had a white cornerback for a long, long time, but I like a white running back. I'll absolutely root for a white running back. There ain't that many. Danny Woodhead. There's a guy out of Christian McCaffrey. There's a couple guys coming out of college who might get a shot at something. I doubt it though. But I've always been blessed or cursed with this contrarianism in me, and I can't just go on and get along. Never been able to do that, man. Never been able to do it. Like, I'll never forget. So we saw Blood for Blood play with Ducky Boys, 98, 96, 97 or something like that, maybe 96, up in Boston one time. We drove up there from where Lee lived in Northern Virginia, and I got a 7-inch split with Ducky Boys and Blood for Blood and Dropkick Murphys. No one ever heard of Dropkick Murphys back then. Got home, we put it on the record, and I saw, oh, man, it's pretty good. And then after a while, Dropkick Murphys took off. And of course, I can't like him anymore because they became popular. I don't, I'll never forget, we're sitting in Haddonfield, New Jersey one time. It's probably 10 years ago, 11 years ago now. And some guy, my next door neighbor's son had come back from, he's like 27, 28 years old. He was like, I'm going to see the Dropkick Murphys. I said, oh, I mean, he's not a bad guy, but the fact that that guy was a fan of the Dropkick Murphys, I was like, oh. So no, this is too much, man. Too much. And that's just my nature, man. A lot of people's nature isn't like that. Just give me my sama, soma sama, and tell me what to think. I won't rock the boat. Give me my creature comforts. Take whatever you got. Just, basically leave me be. I'll do your shots. I'll do this, that, and the other. Just tell me what to do. I'll bow down and say, yes, sir. Just alleviate the pain. And that's what's happened, dude. The roadmap, Brave New World, the roadmap for the future. The Huxley clan knee deep in there. Think it's any coincidence that Huxley was partnering with Darwin? No. Actually, I haven't done any research on it. I'd be interested to see if Huxley was promoting Einstein. I don't know. I haven't looked into that. It'd be interesting to see. Tomorrow we're going to do a live stream. We're going to take on Einstein with this guy from Space Audit's YouTube channel. It's going to be fun, man. He's done a lot of research on this, especially when it comes to Eddington experiment. Man, I listened to his video and that blew my mind, dude. It blew my mind how incredible it was for Eddington et al. To push this narrative on us when it had so many holes were poked through it. But somehow it just came. All right, love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you.